Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher, and today we're going to take a look at the Tangle Walnutz by Ildica Boyd, CZT. All right. This is an interesting one. It's one, when you look at the end, you don't realize, this is how that's constructed. All right. Starts off basically with a 5-pointed star in the middle. And actually, as I was looking at, and please go to the description section where you will see a link where I say for more inspiration from the creator of the Tangle. And there you will find the link. Now, you do have to scroll down quite a ways because it seems like on Ildica's blog or website, they're just added to. So it's down a ways. And then as I was kind of going down a little further, let's see. Okay, so always interesting things, and she puts a lot of information in there. But she talks about this. She's calling it the Matariki star. From the Matariki constellation. Anyway, you can read about that. But below the Walnutz step out is the star. So this is how she draws this, and I'm like, this is so interesting. So we will start off with that, and it's funny because it's like, okay, this is like in a pentagon shape, and I have trouble drawing those with sticks, but we're just doing them with dots. And like all things Zentangle, it doesn't matter. If it's a little weird, it's okay. So I'm putting, you can see the little dot. And then, so I'm kind of coming off to the side, trying to come off to the side, like a, whatever shaped triangle that would be. I'm going to get my geometry books out, or my shape books. But anyway, so like that. And then I come in just a little bit, it's not quite halfway. If I was eyeballing things, sometimes I just try not to think too much about it. It's not perfect, and that's good, because this is Zentangle. And some of me says it shouldn't be perfect because it's Zentangle, and we just do. All right. So once you have your 5 points, then I pretty much did just like she did, because I thought, well, that's cool, because if you've had trouble just like that, right? You just kind of do and don't think. This is just, it's nice and it's ordered, and it is in Zentangle fashion. All right, so we start off connecting these 2 dots. Then from this one on the bottom, let me try to leave it in the same place. We're going to go all the way to the side, and then over, and then down to this last point, then connecting these last 2 sections like so. And as you can see how I have done them nice and even. But yes, don't worry about it. All right, because then we're going to connect the points with giant curve lines. And on Ildica's, they kind of go in a little bit. The things that you just notice when you go back to look. All right, so we'll put a little dip in the middle. If you don't, guess what? It's all good. It doesn't matter. And so, like, this one is just going to be a little bit smaller than the others. There we go. One ginormous one, and the rest. That's why I love Zentangle. It's so great. All right, so on the next step that Ildica has, I split that up into 2, because when there's just shapes, my brain goes, how do I do that? And sometimes, yeah, I it's like, okay, let's not be ridiculous. But this one's like, you know what, though? my brain goes, all right, well, how exactly? Okay, my brain does not compute. So then what I like to do, and I know a lot of other people do too, is I'm going to break this down into essential, the elemental strokes, excuse me. Essential other things, elemental strokes. All right. And so I'm going to start on this goofy one that I have here. And so essentially creating a C shape. So eyeballing the middle. And a C shape down to the point, kind of auraing it. And then leaving a gap here and doing a backwards C shape. Oh, I can't see what I'm doing. Like that. And let me do that in all of them. And then we'll connect those with a big, really long C shape. Like I said, eyeball it. It's all good. And even you could maybe not have this dip down so far. So that way, let's do it like this. So that way, if you need to bring it out a little bit to come into that big shape, or the one that's drooping down. What is the thing? No, I'm not even going to say it. Never mind. We'll see in the chat if how you see things and then your brain is like, oh, okay. No. And I think it's fun. I don't want to put it, it's not bad. I just don't want to put it out there because I just think it's funny that a lot of us think alike. It's like, I see this. Mm-hmm. It's a fun game. All right. So then, like I mentioned, we'll do, and it's kind of, they're kind of close together. That's why I thought, leave this a little open, maybe not so curvy like this one, but it doesn't matter in the end. And we're just going to make a really long C-shaped curve line. And then just use the takeoff and land concept to trace over a little bit of this. That way it kind of, helps with the continuity of it. And as you can see, you pretty much avoid the little bumps, from starting and stopping and stuff like that. And as you can see, we're just bringing this down, a little ways, I'm bringing mine down further than Ildica did. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Well, then that one. Let's try it. I got one last chance. There we go. And the thing is, too, with Zentangle, right, is we all put our take on it. And a lot of times, I know for me, it's whatever my hand wants to do, or the pen. The pen and the hands, and sometimes they conflict and fight, and that's okay. But, I just let it do what it wants to do, and then it's all fine. Now, on this, I say, I don't see any samples. Let me move up. No, I just see walnuts. And if you look at the, at the step out, you'll see it does look like a walnut, an empty shell, or half of one, I should say. So, and I it's one of those, I didn't even pre-think about, how do I want to play with this shading wise? I was just having too much fun trying to figure out, okay, how do I get that star just right? Well, let's see. Let's do this. Because this is essentially several walnuts. And, the nice thing is, the walnut shell is the inspiration. And the thing about Zentangle, if you did not know, tangles are supposed to be non-representational. However, most of them are, they're obviously inspired by something. And just because something is inspired by something, it doesn't mean it has to look like that. Because that goes with the whole non-representational idea. Just making it. Sorry. Oh, my brain. That's all. All right. interesting. Now let's see. And I'm also feeling like, well, let's just do it. Instead of going, thinking about it. I'm going to go on the insides of each of these lines in that initial star shape that we did. Just because. Well, I'm envisioning, this that looks like the walnut shape, being the star, if you will. And then this just kind of, sinking it to the bottom. Let's see, I missed one direction. I've done that. I've missed this one. How did I miss that one? Who knows? I might have missed another one. You'll tell me. But it all looks equal except for this one, shaded in. Oh, so that's interesting. And you know what? I'm going to finish this one off. Let's do an aura around the outside completely. And then here, let's just see. I'm following loosely. It's a loose aura. And when I get to this one that I didn't put this little bump in, so I'm accentuating that bump there. And I'm putting one in here even though there isn't one. Because it's kind of a way to disguise a little bit. Yeah. Well, that makes it more interesting. And then I'm going to let's put some shading on the outside. This is one where you could, because it's kind of a freestanding type of tangle where you could put it, let's just go this far. You could have several of them spread out in a section. You could just, if you wanted to add just one somewhere. So it could just be like an accent type of tangle. Or you could do this like large size, like this, like a monotangle, but if you did it larger, and then it could become a reticula because there are all of these really nice spaces. Ooh, and I've already added stuff, so. Oh, but I do have a thought as I'm playing. So you could put, tangles in any of the sections and have a lot of fun with it. Like I said, sometimes it's nice to just put an aura around the whole thing. I like it. And adding the shading around the outside. That is nice. I'm feeling not going to do orbs, no. I'm having a conversation apparently with the pen. But I do feel like putting, oh goodness gracious, look at that. Straight lines around this aura section just because I'm feeling like it needs something. I just don't know what. I was feeling like it needed something, period. And again, just didn't know what. So that's why I put the aura around. This is totally making these sections look like they're they're 3Ding it. So while I do this, if you've enjoyed the video, please click the like button. And if you liked it enough to see more, would love to have you be a subscriber to the channel. I mentioned the description section already. And, so check that for resources. For the links to the step outs as well as ways to connect with me. So I have a link to my Facebook page, website. On my website, you'll see where I do classes. Actually, on my Facebook page also. So if you follow me, well, better for classes, better to follow me on Facebook. You can follow my blog, though, from my website. Someday I will make it a point to put out posts about upcoming classes. What I should do is I have thought about actually, some kind of a monthly, that's my goal, a monthly something. Oh, I like that a whole lot better. Yay. That adds some dimension. Now, you do something like this, and I know some that do this because it's kind of, it seems like it's their thing, but they'll fill in like every other one. So you can make it kind of like, thicker stripes around. Could have filled in solid all the way around. Could even have just done that, in this open part, but that's not what I wanted to do apparently. So all these ideas usually flood in after. But it's good because then you just do it again and go, oh, I think I'll try that another time. And I'll try doing it this way. So, yeah, cool. All right. Description section mentioned. Do check things out. I do classes twice weekly, just so you know. I do the Tuesdays and Thursdays, 11 a.m., 7 p.m., my time here in Michigan. And I know time is I got to find out when it changes. Or maybe I forget. They moved it, and so I always get confused. I think it's sometime this month. But anyway, if you follow me on either Facebook, there are some other places that I post, and those are listed in the classes link on my website. So you follow me there, and that way then you'll see when I post. And that, a class, and that will be good. Or the regular ones, I have them recurring, and you will see them there. A lot of the classes are free. Thursdays, free. It's always on Thursdays. I always start at those times. On Tuesdays, there's the third Tuesday is always free. That's Tough Tangle Tuesday. The other Tuesdays are classes that have a fee in one way, shape, or form. So you can check that out. You can check out my website. I do my best to put them in that same link so that way you scroll down and you can see the types of classes that I do. I try to keep what's coming up next right up at the top so you don't have to scroll down. I am working on it. I'll have a better way to be able to view things. So, but until I do that, that's how we have it. I'm feeling something else here as I'm talking. So you can check that out. Would love to have you join us. And oh yes, I must mention our amazing Tangle Addicts community Facebook page. So if you are looking to belong to a very active group, very supportive group, to just have all kinds of Zentangle fun, share your work, all of that. Come and join us over there. There are, just so you know, when you click on join group, the questions will pop up, and those must be answered in order to gain entry, just so you are aware. And I think that's it. Yeah. Ooh, see what? Sometimes just darkening, and I think I'm going to maybe darken that other edge as well. And I'm not going any thicker. I'm just redefining it with the 01 that I've been using. It also helps to cover up some of the places where my lines went over a little bit. It just neatens it up, and just something about having, I think I have reached the part where I started. But yeah, look at how that just, it adds something. So I'm gonna do this one, I think, yes, as well. Just the outer. And like I said, some people will do it with a thicker pen, and that's fine. I like doing it this way because if I still wanted to do a thicker pen, I can. But I didn't feel like I needed that. I just needed just a tad. All right. Oh, well, and I keep having other thoughts on how I can keep playing with this. Sometimes we just don't know when to stop, and that's okay because it's fun. All right. So with that, I hit everything I believe that I usually like to hit, and except for to say thanks for watching again. I hope you enjoyed it, and I wish you happy tangling.